Henshin a go-go, baby. What's good, guys? Yoku here, and I'm live on stream, but for you watching the video, I'm not live on stream. And I've heard a lot about the new Shiyu Defense. I've heard that it's like the easiest one, which from seldom people, to be fair, but a lot of people, especially on Twitter, I've been seeing complain about the new Shiyu Defense. Now, just for a little bit of a disclaimer, I think every Shiyu Defense since the change, a group of people have been complaining about. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't had an issue clearing any of the Shiyu defenses. Now, have I cleared all of them? No. Why? Because I'm making content, and two, I'm just lazy. It is what it is, right? I'm not stressing for the Primo gems or for the Polychrome that a lot of other people might be stressing about. But what I will say is I do agree with some of the things that are said, where it's like, you can't really say that the new Shiyu defense might not be difficult if the only teams you're using happen to all be the Void Hunter teams, right? Or, you know, M6 or M3, whatever. I could agree with that. Now, if we're going into the game, which I have open up right now, I kind of want to see what this new one is. Now, this is fresh. I haven't even done 3, which tells you I didn't do the last one, right? Let's figure out some ways to go ahead and clear this. Let's practice a little bit, right? And figure out what we got going on.
2 hours later.
We were finally at Shiyu 5. All right. Didn't take us that long at all, really. Maybe like 5 minutes, just because we were, you know, goofing off. We have 3 different stages to kind of look at together, okay? To figure out what we got going on. Right now, we're going up against Covenant Guardian, which if I'm not mistaken, don't I have a video going over Covenant Guardian and how to beat Shiyu Defense? I feel like I do. It might still be on the channel, so it'll be pretty relevant for those of you guys that want to learn how to fight Covenant Guardian. This is super simple to go across once you actually learn what's going on. So I'll try and like help more people out with like going against Covenant Guardian here, because like I said, I have a video on it, so I'm not going to redo it. If we're looking at this from a fire physical perspective, and like, yeah, sure, you could use Ye Guang. You don't really need to use Ye Guang here. You have all of the options. What's cool about Covenant Guardian in particular, as far as I'm aware, Covenant Guardian does not have an anti-archetype, okay? And what that means is that if you want to play this with Rupture, if you want to play this with Attack, if you want to play this with Anomaly, you're able to do that. So what we're going to do for Covenant Guardian is we're going to go ahead and try to play him with Evelyn. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the Evelyn team that I'm going to use is Evelyn, Lighter, and Astra, and we'll go with that. I feel like that team is very simple, very easy. Any Evelyn main probably has that team, and we're good to go. The second team here is going to be Minato. Timeout. I'm having a little bit of deja vu. Hold on. Where's the video? Are these the same bosses? That's Jester. Okay, that's Jester. Room 3 is Minato. Okay, so 2 of the bosses are already covered in my video. There's just, we've replaced Jester with Scorps, which Scorps isn't that bad to deal with either. Maybe what I'll try and do, since we already have the stuff for it, and I think we're pretty early on into the Shiyu, right? There's 10 whole days. What I'll try and do, guys, is maybe we can speed run the Scorps notes and then go from there. The only problem with doing that would be, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I really don't want to do this again. I don't want to have to teach someone the mob stuff. And it's not because I don't enjoy it, I do. It's just that doing that and then trying to check it with every other possible character so that I'm prepared to tell people like what they can and can't use takes a lot of time. This one down here, the Scorps, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am not confident in my Zhuyuan to be able to clear this. And it's only because I have not played Zhuyuan in so long. And that's a little difficult too, right? Saying like, oh, just don't use Dailin or use Dailin, because like that's kind of what you would have to do. But you know what? Let's try it. I do still want to play Zhuyuan. I want to try it. So this one right now is going to be fire. We could use Orphe, Sanbi, and Trigger, which is that's my girl. But my team for Astral Chain, as I call it, this team is Mindscapes. They're M1, except Sanbi. Both my Trigger and my Orphe are M1. We're going to use this team, the Evelyn team. It's M0, W1 across the board. Actually, I lie. Lighter does not have his engine. What team am I going to do with Minato? Slap King of the Summit on Lycon? I don't think I have enough King of the Summit pieces for Lycon. Let's see. Let's see. If we were to come over here and we went for Lycon and we were going for the Yadhari setup, which somebody's probably going to complain, oh my God, Yadhari, like get over it, bro. And you know what? Maybe I don't use Yadhari, right? As much as I really want to, maybe I don't, because she is M1. Which, I mean, her M1 doesn't really, like, it doesn't affect anything. It's not that big of a deal, because I'm still going to bonk something. We could go Ellen. The problem with my Ellen, because I really fuck with my ice units, my Ellen is M2. And you know what? I guess this kind of leads us into a segue. This is kind of why I always have an issue with when players complain about having mindscapes or certain characters and then not having access to that. And what I mean by that, for example, is that I pretty much have every character in the game. They're not all built, of course, but for the most part, I have every character in the game. And as I'm looking at it, if I were trying to be relatable so that I could help somebody, you know, perform or do whatever it is, I can't actually help you because I don't have what you might have. At the same time, this thing is Ice Week, and what do we all say like everyone doesn't have Miyabi, or most players don't have Miyabi? I can't really say that. Even less players have Yadhari than Ellen mains, right? So it's fair to say that Ellen would probably be better to play here. But then we get into the whole like M2 thing, and I have M2. So now it's like, oh, well, that's gonna affect whatever it is. And of course you can clear, you have M2. But I just feel like at some point there has to be a factor in the skill issue, or like skill check or whatever it is, you know? We use Yuzu Ice. I didn't mean to deploy this, but like we use Yuzu Ice because they're all M0. You know what I mean? But I genuinely don't understand like why that's a thing for so many people. And I don't even, let's see, can I like, there we go. Okay, so yeah, same thing that I did before.
It's over.
Instantly clear it. Your biggest thing is going to be trying to mob clear as fast as possible.
Enough talk. Let's go. Let me try. Let's run away.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Check me out. Check me out. 1, 2, 3. Almost caught it. I missed it, but I almost caught the Yuzuha. Super chunky way of playing Yuzu Ice. This was not a successful or good clear for Yuzu Ice at all. I don't even know if my Sokaku has her pieces on her, guys. I'm not even gonna hold you. But 33k, we were able to clear that in 2:17. I feel like this is pretty accurate, pretty fair for what the average player might be able to do or like go through, right? And this is of course with Miyabi. If you don't have Miyabi, I actually think it's a lot easier for you to be able to do that. But doing it this way, I was able to show this with a full M0 team. Pretty cheap cost, right? 4 cost. Miyabi and Yuzu have their engines. But other than that, it's whatever. And now we have a little bit more room to work with the rest of the stuff. This one over here is probably going to be the last one for the video, which is going to be, we'll try and do it for Zhuyuan. But because of that, and because I know that I'm not going to use anything that I'm using for Zhuyuan over here, except maybe Astra, but even then, I don't know if I'm using Astra. Oh, right, because we have Suna now. That's right, we have Suna. What we're going to do over here is we're going to do the Evelyn. This one should be a cakewalk, guys. Same thing that we just did, and the same thing that I'll talk about in the guide if you watch my guide on how to clear this current Shiyu defense. Literally, all you care about is mob clearing needs to be your most important thing. Hold on. Nope, stop. I done messed up. I'm going to reset. I'm used to controller. Forgive me. I was trying to get him to do his little his dash, his little dancey dance, okay? Let me show it this way too. It might be easier for you guys to see it that way. There we go. Okay. Easy. Boom. Beautiful. No, what are you doing? Thank you. Bro, he scared me right there. I was like, what is he doing? If I had them all grouped up, we definitely would have been able to take them out. Remember, you have to play a little bit differently in order to get what you're looking for. I'm not going to get this.
We're just getting started.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, redo. I see the error of my ways. Also, I don't think my Eve is built. She might be. Hold on. Where's she at? Wait, why is she only at 123? What happened? Who do we take from? Wait. Hold on, guys. What were you doing? I don't even know what to do here. HP plus 3? You know, maybe that's all I got. Maybe that's all I got, chat, because oh my gosh. You know what? We're gonna rock with this. We're just gonna have to rock with that, bro. All right, we fixed her up a little bit. She should be better now. It is what it is. Let's knock this out. Let us knock this out real quick. All right, guys, I don't think this should be too difficult. I know I can S clear, no problem. Probably still get an S plus as well. Really depends. Guys, chill, you know? I don't play Evelyn like that, bro. Relax on me. I gotta learn the route again.
We're just getting started.
I don't like this run. Wait. Nah. I'm restarting. It's cool. It's cool, bro. It's cool, you know? Evelyn just might be a little weak in my hands, you know? We got less damage there. Okay. Woodpecker isn't even that good. Yeah, but it's better than using Puffer, right? If we don't have it. Because Puffer's whole thing is activating it after you do the ultimate, but we're not getting the ultimate till about 20-30 seconds into the fight. Whereas with Puffer, we'd be able to pull back a little bit better, right? And we could probably still keep our 2-piece pin if we really wanted to. Crit damage, attack, crit, attack, crit. I'm going with the 2-2-2. I think the 2-2-2 with Evelyn is more consistent than the 4-piece. Oh no, okay. Where am I fucking up? I'm so used to the 20k being the score here. I'm so used to it, bro. So what are we doing here? Get rid of Ash. What?
I'm here. Need a hand?
Yo, I just want y'all to know she ain't got no skills. Like she has nothing. Guys, I'm telling you, I'll try it, but she has nothing. She has nothing on her. I'm telling you guys right now, all of her skills are level 1. They said that's fine. Guys, I don't know if this one's gonna cut it. And I'm not a Zhao player. Y'all know I don't like this character. Like, she cute or whatever, but
Your journey ends with me.
man. Does she still have the veil on? Yeah, she does.
I'll cover you.
I think the first wave we're getting a little bit faster. The second wave we're kind of getting. Am I spinning all of my Evelyn's bar like right before stun just to hold it for 3 seconds so you can use it in the stun? Yeah. My guy just doesn't want to die. My guy just doesn't want to die. Brother! Y'all saw that. That would have been a clean 10 seconds. Yeah, that would have been a clean 10 seconds, chat. Put Eve back on 2-2-2. That's what I'm saying. Just a hair off. Just a hair off, guys. Oh my gosh. For the sake of time, I'm not giving up, but for the sake of time, because it is time for me to get on rivals here. Let me try this one. And max blah, 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 blah. HP doesn't matter. Why give ice damage increase? What is the point of doing that over here? There's no reason. There's no reason to have ice damage increase over here, but let's try this, okay? So we're gonna play Shiyu on. We are going to play Atsuna, right? And then I guess dial in. I feel like given the fact that we're playing Shiyu on, we kind of have to do this, yeah? We kind of have to play this team, or at least we have to give her this support. Let's try it. I have not played Shiyu in so long. Oh, you're talking about Zhao. Yeah, Zhao, you're right. I've not played Shiyu in so long. I didn't mean to do that. God dang it. I was trying to move forward and oh man. What do we got here? These guys.
No complaints today.
Why are there so many of them?
Do it.
Guys, I don't understand. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't understand what's going on. There's so many. What is going on? What is this stage? What is this stage? Oh my God. Wait a minute. Wait, yo, hold on. Listen, I have Dex blocked, okay? Dex and I have each other blocked on Twitter, but I might for the one time have to agree. What is this?
Don't even try it. You're surrounded.
I'm nice. I'm nice, boy. Y'all saw the explosion. Wait a minute. Even if I don't clear in the minute, I'm nice. That was nice. Okay, that was nice, chat. That was nice, chat. Clip that. That was nice. I might have to go back to playing Zuyuan, bro. Hold on. Is this the team for my girl?
Here comes bubblegum.
Stay where you are.
Second try. 25. Okay. I've never played that team, and I have not played Zuyuan basically since her release. I lied to you. I haven't played Zuyuan since Ishwin, since Miasma got here. If we clean that up, I might do that. Low key, like I might actually come back and play Zuyuan. That was really fun. I think I want to push that team. That was really fun. I had more fun playing the Zuyuan team than I did the Ellen team. But gotta come back to it. I gotta ride the high. I gotta ride the high, guys. Gotta come back to it.
I'm unstoppable.
Don't cross the line.
Oh wait, this might be the one.
There it is.
Yes.
Nothing reaches my defense. Your journey ends with me.
Brother, die. He's so annoying. Give me a chain attack. I need it.
We fight together.
Gosh, that character, the tanky beef man. Okay, don't fuck up the. Oh, never mind. I guess we're doing a spin to win here. I thought she was gonna go for beams, but she apparently did not want to go for beams. A little bit more energy. Got it. There's my 20K. No. Okay, never mind. I lied to you. Like, we barely got the 20K, but whatever. It's fine. Cancel. Don't go in the sky. Thank you. Dash up uppercut.
My turn now. I'm gonna do my best.
Heads up.
Good combo. Back in a lighter. Same thing. Oh, whoa, 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 baby girl. Calm down. Damn. She ain't have to do all that. There we go. That's a stun. That's a stun. Chain attack. Give it to me.
Don't.
Give it to me, Neil.
Nothing breaches my.
Is that my ult? Close. Close.
The enemy's not as tough as they look.
The best
That's my ult.
defense.
That's got to be 25. That's got to be 25. That's got to be 25. Don't. Yes. Okay. I had to clean the run. Damn. Damn. And like the craziest part about this is I know that Kate did this. I saw his video this morning. Kate did this with all A-rank engines. He did this with all A-rank engines. I have my Evelyn engine on. I still have my Evelyn engine on. We're at the end of the video here. Let's talk about like the full-on experience with the latest Shiyu defense and I guess the restrictions that a lot of the player base, I don't want to say they put on themselves, but I guess maybe so much as what the free-to-play player might experience and some of the restrictions that they have. And I want you to keep in mind throughout this entire thing that you've watched the entire video and you see a lot of skill issue, okay? Especially with the Evelyn clear, but then you see me pop out 25. Come on, man. Is you in? Talk to me nice. Anyway, so let's talk about it, right? Obviously, if I were to come in here and clear this with teams that I naturally play, teams like Yuzu Ice and I don't make mistakes, or Yidhari in the case of Minato, because that's typically what I do, then I'm getting my 45 or my 50K. If I come up here and I play this with Orphe or Banwei, if you're familiar with Banwei, or even using Dailin instead of lighter, then I'm getting my 35 to 50K, right? And then down here, down below, we have the corpse. If I'm playing this with Ye Shun Wong, if I'm playing this with Yi Xuan, that's really all it is, right? And I guess Yuan's the other ether attacker. And then Arya, once Arya gets here, which is funnily enough, Arya gets here exactly as this Shiyu defense ends. So we won't even know how she performs. But if I were playing that, then yeah, I'm getting my anywhere between 40 to 50K, right? So obviously in the event, we're talking about a gacha game and you pay for power. That's just what we're going to call it. Call it what it is, right? You pay for power, in this case being something like Ye Shun Wong. That is to be expected. You're gonna get it. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Nothing is wrong with that. And I want to make it like a very clear thing. Everyone's account is different. And I don't understand why it's a norm for the average or free-to-play audience to basically talk down on others who might have gotten lucky, they planned better, or they go for mindscapes, like vertical investment. And so I'll elaborate on what I mean by that. Shaming somebody or invalidating or discredit, thank you, right? Like discrediting their ability to do something despite the fact that they are free to play doesn't take away their free to play status or their average player status or whatever it is. If someone happens to have an M2E Schwinn, which a lot of free to play players do have an M2E Schwinn, and they happen to clear whatever it is what it is. They planned for it, they got lucky, whatever. You can't take that away from them. That doesn't make them all of a sudden the best Ishwin player in the world, and that doesn't make them better than you in terms of skill either. You might be a more skilled player. They just happen to be a more vertically invested account, and that's okay. A lot of the times I like to try and use the cost system to equate things, but I know that's not fair, right? If I were to tell you like, hey, this is a 4-cost team, but then the 3 cost is like an M3 Alice or something like that, you know what I mean? That's really not fair. So I understand that that's always not the case, but the reason I like using the cost system, especially when it comes to like observing or paying attention, looking at what's going on in the game, is because it helps you find a good balance of what that power scale might be. Like, how much of this cost do I need in order to feel comfortable clearing without having to go the extra mile? At the same time, if we're taking this into account from the free-to-play perspective or the average perspective, I'm going to make an entirely different video that we'll talk about here in a bit, but like, you have to work. It is what it is. You can't play the game in-game at that and not do work without paying for power. So it's one or the other. It's literally one or the other. You're either going to pay for a character like Miyabi, and when I say pay, it doesn't necessarily mean pull or spend money. It just means that you use your premium currency to get this thing. You're going to pay for the power so that it's more convenient for you to play the game, or you're going to learn how to play the game, i.e. Evelyn, Lighter, and Zhao. I've never played this team before. This team is super weird. I hate this character named Zhao, but we made it work. And that's really all it is. Like, it's just putting in an amount of effort to get what it is that you're looking for. And then the same thing that I've said before, which we already have a video on my channel. If you're watching this, it's already on the channel. How to beat the new Shiyu Defense Season 2.27 guides and tips. The 2 bosses that you guys are struggling with right now are in this guide. Minato and Covenant are in this guide. But let me go ahead and talk to you guys why this Shiyu Defense is a problem. And when I say problem, I don't mean that it's a bad thing. I mean, it's why it's presenting such a big problem for a majority of players. It's not the bosses. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Covenant is not a difficult boss to fight. Minato is not a difficult boss to fight. He fights himself. Corpse is not a difficult boss to fight. It literally gives you all the opportunities to kill it. You're fine. What's the actual issue? This guy. I was gonna use a different word, but I'm trying to keep it PG. Wicked Wraith is too tanky. I genuinely don't understand why he has the amount of defenses that he does, but it's annoying. Miasma spawn, the first wave, very easy. Most of the fire or physical agents in the game, especially with the appropriate team, you will be able to mob clear, right? You can wave clear the first one in about 10, 15 seconds, depending on the damage output. You can do it faster if you're, stronger, of course. Wicked Wraith, however, the mobs, again, couple seconds you can clear him out, right? But he himself is tanky. And the miasma thing, right, or ether veil, activating an ether veil gives you a 25% increase in attack, 25% increase or 20% increase in crit damage. This is good. Really strong buff. Do you need it? No. Does it make fighting Wraith significantly easier? Yes, 100%. Because now whenever you enter the stun phase, you get just that little extra boost of damage on top of whatever your skill set is, on top of whatever your disk drives are, and then you can blow him up in about a 2-shot, right? 2, maybe 3-shot, again, depending on your damage output. For me, when you guys saw that in the video, a lot of the times when I was playing Evelyn, the first few times, it took an ultimate, it took 2 chain attacks, and then it took another chain attack after that outside of the stun window. Once I finally figured out like how I wanted to play the fight and the proper routing that I wanted to do against this guy, you see that I wipe him out and I start the window with a chain attack. I do another one, go into it because I can with the cancel, and then I pop ult and he's dead. But he's not really dead because he has that sliver of HP. It's really stupid. And then you have to burn another chain attack or an EX or something. You have to do something else, right? So your goal is to just take this guy out in particular as fast as possible. Now, anomaly teams, from my experience, are going to have, and I'll test it again here just to be sure, but anomaly teams are going to have the easiest time demolishing this guy. Okay, you're gonna shred through everything, you're gonna be able to group everybody up, and everyone takes the same amount of damage. It's a flat damage no matter what, because that's how anomaly works. You're chilling. I mean, ICD isn't really a big factor for you, but you aren't going to get the stun as fast. And that's a thing. Then, of course, you get into Covenant Guardian. Covenant Guardian is not a problem at all. Again, I already have a whole video, a whole guide going over this character or this boss. You guys can go watch that. I'll link it in the little bubble thing that pops up over here and at the end of the video down below that goes over that. Minato, this is by far the easiest. This was the easiest one. This is literally the easiest one. This one, you literally just line them up, straight shot them in the ice, they're dead. If you have ether, so you're using Jiyuan or you're using Ishwin, bubble them up, boom them up with the gun, you're dead, GG's. Same thing over here, the Metro Goblins. Metro Boomin wants some more. Anyway, same thing. You group them up, right? Freeze them up, boom, they're dead. Stun them like 2 times or 1 time or whatever. Get a parry off and you wipe them out. Going to Minato. You can actually clear this with almost every single ice or ether attack agent in the game. You can clear these 2 waves in about 30 to 40 seconds, like on average. This is not including like a top player, like, oh yeah, I can clear this in like 10. On average, the average player, you should be able to clear these 2 waves in like 30, 40 seconds. The next couple of minutes of the fight Minato, you're almost guaranteed 25K, right? So the second floor is not a difficult floor at all. Like I said, he fights himself. The third floor, this floor isn't difficult. It's just stupid. This floor in particular only has 2 waves, the mobs and then the boss. The frog is what you're worried about. The problem with the frog is that he constantly jumps in the air because he's a frog. And so while he's doing that, you have to deal with these guys. Now, you'll see my wave clear with Zuyuan, and I might be able to pop it up on screen just so you can kind of like reference it again. What you end up seeing is I blow them all up. That's it. If you're playing Ye Wong, obviously you're gonna have a much easier time. If you're playing a character like Piper, you'll have an easier time because you can group them, spin to win. If you're playing Nekomata, you'll have a slightly more difficult time. But Nekomata's EX, like her cross slash, it has a very wide arc. So if you can just line them up, shoot behind them, like hold basic attack, she'll dash behind them and immediately cancel into an EX slash, you can probably clear out the entirety of these little archivores right here. And then, but with me, with Jiyuan, literally I just blew them up, right? I kept stunning, I stunned them, they kept quacking in, and I blew them all up. It is what it is. Oh yeah, Nekomata's damage output is probably gonna be the reason that you can't clear. Not because she can't wave like mob clear, it's just because she sucks at doing the damage output right now. She absolutely needs a damage buff and a rework, but it is what it is. The frog is not a difficult boss to fight at all. He fights himself. Every time he jumps in the air, that's a free dodge counter. Every time he goes for an attack on the ground, that's a free parry. Every time he does the tongue whip thing, that's a free parry or dodge counter. If you're playing a character like Caesar or Seth or Yuzuha, those are free parries, free interrupts, you're good to go. And then you stun them, you ult them, and you kill them, and you're GG's. This might take you a long time. It shouldn't. You can clear this in about 30 seconds because it's only 1 wave, maybe 40, which would give you about 20 to 15 seconds to fight Scorps, which is fine. Your main issue is absolutely going to be the Archivores. It's not going to be the frog, it's going to be the Archivores. And then, like I said, Scorps, you body him, you call it a day, you're good to go. As I mentioned in my guide video, at the very beginning of the video, and in all of the little tips right here, general matchup tips, right? I'm going to say the same thing. When you're playing Shiyu Defense, and it's been this way since the dawn of time that Shiyu Defense has been a thing. This is not brand new to the new Shiyu Defense. Your most important thing to learn in Shiyu Defense is wave clearing. Mob clearing is by far the most important thing that you need to learn when it comes to Shiyu Defense's endgame. And so like I've already done it in the video. I was gonna do a live example, but like as I'm saying that, the video will be way too long. Like 2 hours long. I don't need to do that. Rewatch the video. Go back and see what I'm doing. Ask questions in the comments down below. I don't mind answering them. And watch the guide, right? Even in the guide that I have right here, I show you guys how to wave clear. And I show you how to do it with a couple different characters and like who can do what. The final thing that we can talk about here is literally like the character selections, character choices. I, for the most part, think every single character, every DPS character in the game can clear these with a 25K. However, because I know someone's gonna say something really silly. What about Nekomata? Can I play Nekomata with hold on, I actually gotta, before I even do my funny voice. Can I play Nekomata, Poker, and Lucy and still get my 25K? You might be able to, but like you have to work. And that's something that I don't think a lot of the player base still likes to accept, is that you will have to work. If you think about things on a tier list, the further down a character is on the tier list, the more work you have to do. That's all it is. That's really all it is. If they're in the middle, you know, medium work, right? If they're above, you ain't got to do no work at all. And again, paying for power, all right? There's a lot of different things that you're able to get away with, and some combinations can help you out. So what do I mean by that? Like for a final wrap up, I'll try and make something up on the fly. If you're worried about, let's go back over here. You're worried about the Archivores, right? You're worried about Archivores. Normally you play something like Astra or you're playing Suna. Well, Suna is really easy to like mob them up too, but let's say normally you play Astra. Your best option to get them all together is to use someone who can group and like boom, right? So naturally, Ether weak, grouping, boom, A rank, everyone has her. Nicole. Play Nicole. Nicole is your support. You boom, pop them up. You get defense shred, which is super awesome. And Nicole helps you out. But this goes into understanding team building and what characters can and can't do. A lot of players just A, refuse to build Nicole because I don't know why, to be honest, or B, they don't know that, right? We talked about that earlier in a previous video. Most players don't understand how team building works in the game. I also have a video that I released this month going over team building. There's another video that you can actually watch from Yojimbo. It's a little bit longer, but it talks about why the additional abilities aren't as important as you think. Additional abilities, which are inside of here at the very bottom. Some of these make or break a character. The others don't. So, and they help them play the game. The additional ability for Astra, or not Astra, Alice. Whenever a squad member triggers disorder, Alice gains 30 blades. This helps her get her blades up way faster. It makes it so that she's able to dish out a lot of damage. And as soon as she enters the battle, she gets an immediate, like, I'm ready to rip out, right? That might be my M1. I'm not entirely too sure on that extra part right there, but you get what I'm saying, right? This just makes it easier for her to play with her teammates. Another character, however, might be a character like Yanagi. So if you come over here with Yanagi, whenever you have the anomaly character or they share the attribute, after switching stances, she hits an enemy with basic attack and then her electric anomaly buildup increases by 45%. This doesn't matter if you're playing her with another electric agent or with Yuzuha, for instance, because she's going to give you the buildup naturally, right? Or if for whatever reason, this particular floor, let's just say this floor had plus 35% anomaly buildup res, right? So then now it's like, oh, well, I'm getting the free additional ability anyway. There's a lot that goes into in-game. I don't like using the whole like gacha players don't like reading because that's not fair, but you need to read. You have to read things to help you. If you can't help yourself, it's very difficult for somebody else to be able to help you outside of just clearing it for you. And I think that's what a lot of you guys want at the end of the day, but you know, everyone can't do stuff for you. Like I said, I saw Kate's video earlier, you know, and even when he did do it for somebody else, a few of the commenters were still like, oh, but you have skill and we don't. And like, we don't want to get the skill. It's like, well, you can't really get help, brother. You know, like you don't want to learn how to play the game. You don't want to pay for power. You want to complain. Like you can't do both, right? Can't have your cake and eat it too, which I finally understand what that saying means. Thanks to you guys. So thank y'all for that. Reading, exactly. But that's going to be it from me. I know this is a really long-winded video, probably something that I might start trying to do a little bit more of. I don't know, but it was really fun. I had a really fun experience. I think chat, did you guys have a fun experience watching me struggle with Evelyn? Okay. That was pretty cool. The Miyabi stuff, I think the Miyabi clear was probably really confident, really good, even though I didn't play Use Ice that great. But the Zhuyuan clear, oh man, I had a lot of fun. So much fun that I might start a week of Zhuyuan after I do a week of Yixuan. Depends on how I'm feeling. And it might be pretty cool to do that because Arya is going to be right here. But that's going to be it for me today, guys, okay? Like the video, comment, subscribe. I can't say my usual intro. Blah, 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 blah. I can't say my usual intro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Smell you later.